Hi everyone, my name is Christy Mraz and I'm here to talk to you a little bit about doing shared reading virtually. So as a kindergarten and first grade teacher, shared reading was one of the things I made sure I did on a daily basis to help my kids become readers. It can feel a little bit tricky to do it virtually. A lot of the things that I would do in shared reading seem tricky holding a book up to the screen. So what I wanted to do is talk about how you can use Google Slides through either Google Hangout or Zoom to help you do shared reading like you did it in the classroom. First of all, one of the main things we're doing in shared reading is helping kids use things like meaning, structure, and visual to figure out what tricky words might be in the book. The way I would often do this in my classroom was either covering a word with my hand or a Post-it, asking kids to anticipate the text before it started. Or in other ways, trying to coach kids into the type of reading strategies that would help them when they were reading independently. I can still do that. One of the easiest ways I can do that is through Google Slides. I'm going to apologize for a second while I cough. Okay, so I'm going to walk you through what shared reading might look like using Google Slides. For context, I made up a book, partially because I didn't want to break anyone's copyright, but also because at this time when we're trying to make connections with our kids, it can be really nice to solicit some photos from your families if you're able, and use those in the shared reading text that you're making. So I tried to choose an everyday thing, eating lunch. I'd say I wrote about a C-level text here. It's not particularly it's not particularly exciting, but hopefully you'll enjoy the ride. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to share screen and I'm going to select my Google Chrome window, which I have open. So what you can see right now is on this side, top to bottom, you can see the book as it's going to unfold, and then you see in the main area the page that it's on right now. So when I do this with kiddos, what I'm going to actually select to do is to choose the present screen. Now, because so much of shared reading is coaching kids to figure out using their cueing systems how to read the words. In order to make that happen, I sort of fudge the slides a little bit to help us do that. So imagine that you are a kindergartner or you're a first grader. I might start this lesson like this. Friends, I have a great book for us to share today. It's called What Did We Eat for Lunch? I want you to think for a second. If you had lunch already, what did you eat? Or when you ate yesterday, what did you eat? We're going to see some really tasty, yummy things in this book. We're going to think about if we ate them. So words we're going to see in this book. We're going to see the word in green. That word in green is did. We're going to see the word in yellow, and I think you all know that word in yellow. That word is the. And that final word at the bottom, that word in blue, is the word you. We're going to see the words did, the, and you in this book. Before we get started, let's think about how this book might go. Ooh, what yummy thing do you see right there? Do you see tacos? I see tacos. Yummy, yummy. Oh my gosh, I see a lot of words right there. Let me tell you a little bit about how this book will go before we try to figure it out. The first line is going to ask you a question. So I'm going to use my mouse to show you. This is going to ask you a question. And then down here is going to answer the question. Let's see if we can figure out the question it's going to ask us. Do you see those words? Do you see the word did? Do you see the word you? And then we have a tricky word. Let's see if we can figure it out. I'll use my pointer. Read it with me. Did you? I'm not sure what that word could be. Let's see. The. Did you eat? Could that word be eat? Did you eat the? You think it's going to be tacos? I think it might be tacos too. Let's see. Did you eat the? Do you still think it's going to be tacos? Let's check it out. Did you eat the tacos? What do you think the answer is going to be? Yeah. Some friends are thinking it's going to say, yes, I did. Ooh, did you eat the tacos? Yes, I did. Now think about what the next page might say. What else could it be? What do you think it's going to say? Use your finger to touch the screen as you read it. Did you eat the... Are you thinking it might be rice? Let's check and see. There's a clue. Could it be rice? Let's try again. Did you eat the rice? Move your finger to the second line. Yes. We have to wait till our second line comes back, don't we? Yes, I did. Oh, there's some yummy things that I know friends eat here. Let's try and figure this one out. Did you eat the... I bet some of you know what that's going to be. Hummus. Did you eat the hummus? Yes, I did. Oh, I see something yummy there. I bet some of you are thinking it's noodles. I think some of you are thinking spaghetti. Let's really figure it out with our letter. Did you eat the noodles? No, that starts with a P. That can't be noodles. Did you eat the spaghetti? No. Did you eat the pasta? Yes, I did. Let's read the next page. Did you eat the cookies? Yes, I did. That's a lot that you ate. What do you think might be happening on the last page? All done. Oh my gosh, friends, did you see how you got to use all your powers to read that book? You thought about what would make sense, you looked at the picture, and you used your letter power. Really smart thinking. I'm going to share this book with you so you can read it at home. Okay, so thus endeth how it might sound reading it for my group of kindergartners right now. Let me show you a little bit what I did so you could replicate this at home. Again, I said I wrote about a C-level text. If you have some higher level readers, of course you would be making a more difficult text, but you can use the same strategies that I use. So I'm going to share the screen again. I'm just going to show you how I built the slideshow to do this. So back to my shared reading, share screen. So when I made the slideshow, you might notice the way that it was easy for me is the first thing I did was write it out the way that I wanted it to ultimately be. Did you eat the tacos? Yes, I did. And then I hit Command C, I'm working on a mouse, and Command V, which just copied it 1,000,000 times. Then I went through and just made a text box to cover up the different parts of the text. So in this first one where I wanted them to anticipate what I was going to say, I just put a text box over every single one. If you're not familiar with doing that, I'll show you right here. I'll actually make a new one for us. Right here, I'll insert a new. So I'm not sure if you know this feature in Google Slides. It's super easy, but if you choose Insert Image and say Search the Web, if you can't get access to your pictures from your kids, you can just type in what you want. I want a sandwich, and then very easily I can just drag it and drop it over. It'll take a minute or two to show up, and so I'm going to say, did you eat the sandwich? Right? So in order to mask it, all I did was choose text box. I dropped the text box over it, and then I changed the color. Now it's covered up, right? If I want to replicate that and I don't feel like going through and making a text box every time, I'm just going to hit Command C, Command V, oops, just kidding. I'm going to hit Command C, Command V. It's going to make a second one for me, and I'm just going to drag it over. There you go. Right, so now I can cover up whatever I want. In order to mask just part of the word, I just made the text box smaller. So I wanted them to see the S. There I go, right? So to take it off, you can just press delete and there it goes. If I wanted to, right? So I could just, once I made it look like this, I hit Command C again, I hit Command V, it doubles it. I go to the second one and I take the text box away. So now it looks like this. Did you eat the, who knows? Yes, I did, right? So I'm just able to very quickly, very easily make a book that's multiple pages. Um, just going through it, one of the reasons why I color coded is that if kids didn't immediately recognize those sight words, I wanted to give them a color to look at. Um, I wanted to talk about the syntax. This book will ask you a question and then answer it before they got too distracted by what all the words say. I unmasked those sight words first. Then we did our first letter. Then we thought about what it could answer, right? Yes, I did. You can see the one thing that got tricky on Google Drive is that every time I dropped my mouse down below, it woke up that bar. One solution would be just to remember that and keep all your writing above that bottom inch or so. I could have put yes, I did probably over here and still fit it, or shrunk the picture a little bit. Now, to share this with kids, if you have the availability to do that, all I did was cut out the final pages. So what did you eat for lunch? Words we'll use. So all those extra bits are missing. Now, to show you how to make this after the fact or before the fact, you can just use import slides. So I go to my file, I go to import slides, I go to my shared reading book, I wait for it to load. I just select the pages I actually want kids to have access to. So I want them to have that sandwich page. And there you go. Now I have a book that I can either print out and send home as a packet, or that I can email to kids as a book to read online. I'm going to stop sharing. Hopefully this helps you think about how you can do shared reading with some of your little readers and keep them keep them on their way. Thank you so much for listening. And I'll make both of these slideshows available for you in the blog. All right, thank you.